Good, family.
Back at it again.
How's everyone doing?
Episode 4.
It's good, bro.
Ready to touch on it? Get into it? Yo, we hope you're having a great day. I mean, we record on Saturday, so we hoping you had a great Saturday, but we drop on Monday. So, we just like foreshadowing and hoping you guys had, good Saturday, good Sunday, and a good start to your Monday, because that's when you'll see this is on Monday.
Bryan time.
How you feeling, my boy?
I'm good, man.
Chilling?
Blessings on blessings. Chilling.
I hear that. Let's get it popping. Toasters, episode 4.
Woo. Drink responsibly, family. Responsibly.
Ooh. Do say punching, ladies and gentlemen.
That kickback crazy.
Nets on the screen. Oh my God. Anyway, all right, let's get it. Let's get it popping,
Bro, how you want? We want to take them today, bro.
Yo, what you think about? I really want to know what you think about Deshaun Watson situation in Houston, bro, with the Texans. I know we don't really talk too much football here, but I feel like this, like for the football people, who keep up this Deshaun Watson stuff, for me at least, it's kind of crazy because I don't really nobody really knows what is the real reason why he's acting the way he's acting.
All right. Hold on, bro. Let me say this. So I'm going to compare this is his situation, Deshaun Watson requesting a trade from the Texans, as it's kind of like to James Harden.
That's a good comparison. I like that.
And so you see how the way James Harden treated it. The season started, and he was continuing to, not report the training camp, things like that. That's, how the NFL players mostly do it, the prima donnas of the NFL.
Yeah, they hold out.
Right, holdouts. So, D. Watson didn't do that, bro. I respect it.
Yeah. I mean, the season hasn't started yet. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he just requested
He waited
a trade.
till it was finished.
Yeah, it's over and done with, and so he's not really necessarily like in the media with it. Yeah. Like a lot of the people who cover the Texans anyway, they say like he's the type of guy like that he doesn't like the drama. He doesn't like, and he is very aware of his social his personal perception, and he cares about it.
Of course, man. I'm a brand out here.
He doesn't want to affect how people really look at him as a human being. I respect it. And for me, I'm all for if stars, I think we've touched upon stuff like this, especially with the James Harden situation.
And things, yeah.
I've always felt like, when stars believe, okay, I don't want to be here no more, that's it. Like, you really can't do anything. And Deshaun Watson, whatever happened to him,
bro.
This is, when was he drafted? He was drafted,
I want to say 2015, but I'm sure.
2015. He was in the Jamal Adams draft. I think it was 2016.
That's 16. Facts.
2016. He was in the Jamal Adams draft.
Okay. 4 years.
And he's a 3-time Pro Bowler. He just led the NFL in passing yards this year on a 4-12 team that just traded away DeAndre Hopkins. So it's beyond me how
that's my
that's how good he is.
Issue, bro.
That's how good. That's a testament to how good he is.
Right.
There was a stat that I read on Twitter that in games that the Texans lost, so that's 12 games that they lost, he had a QBR that was 104. That's second in the NFL.
Anybody who knows what QBR means, quarterback rating, yo, listen, that is like legendary shit to be over 100. Anything over 100 is like, yo, you're elite.
Like he was second in the NFL, I believe. I don't know if it was Mahomes or something like that. But that's in games that he lost.
Right.
Like, he's that effective in games that he lost.
You know what I was gonna say, bro, about the Deshaun Watson situation? It's sad to me because the man, he put in his work, like you just said. Also, another stat, the man he is second. I forgot who's the most. But he's second most sacks in the previous season just now.
He got hit the most.
The most. Think about that. You take away my best asset, D-Hop. You don't want to pay him cool. but you don't give me anything. I don't get an offensive line. J.J. Watt is not happy on the defensive side, so if he's not happy, come on now.
And, and the thing is, like, I feel like for the Texans, like, the whole thing now is, okay, like, they should play hardball with him. But, in my opinion, like, after reading all of the, like, articles I done read, it's like, why would you play hardball with him? He has a no-trade clause.
Yeah, play with me if you want.
Yeah, now, the thing is that when, at least the NFL players, a lot of them bluff.
It's a fact.
But this kid doesn't give me the vibe like he's going to bluff.
Nah, man.
He could lose $21 million in fines this year.
Let it go.
But something tells me he doesn't care.
Let it go.
Now, if he doesn't care about losing $21 million in fines to his team, you got to let him go. It's only going to get ugly from here. And the thing is like I was saying on Twitter too, like I would not play hardball with him because of his no trade clause. Because what if he turns around to you and he says, I only want to go to the Jets, so only talk to them and you're going to take any deal they give you.
Wishful thinking.
Yeah, wishful thinking. But I'm saying the Jets because obviously I'm a fan, but they have the most to give.
Yeah. I was
so
that too.
And so where if the Texans, they gotta play it smart. Don't get them mad because I could get the Jets to give me what I want, which is 3-4 first-round picks
in the conference.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's in the conference, but it's not in the division.
It's not in the division.
You know what I'm saying? But the Jets can they could give the Texans what they need, which is, draft picks, bro. They don't draft this upcoming draft. They don't draft until the third round.
Oh, shitty.
How am I supposed to get this team better for Deshaun Watson?
You're
not going to. So instead of playing hardball with him, and that way he can maybe keep his mind like, okay, you could trade me to New York, you could trade me to Miami, you could trade me to San Francisco. Okay. And now it's a bidding war going on. Now you guys got to give me your best assets to get him. But if you piss him off,
piss me off.
And
Try
he says,
me.
Yo, I only want to go to Miami. And Miami's like, okay, so we'll give you number 3 overall, and that's it. Mm-hmm. You would take number 3 overall, Tua Tagovailoa, and that's it.
You better not play with the boys, man.
Don't play with the boy. And that's the thing for me. Houston, you have a problem.
Yo,
you have a problem. Don't
that
like
means two things.
I remember telling you that the Rockets played it the wrong way with James Harden.
Oh,
you should have traded him before the season started.
Way before. He already told you the vibe.
But you waited until it got a little ugly. You waited until he literally told the media that this team is not good enough for him. And you had to move him at that point.
You have to.
You moved him less than 24 hours of him saying that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So you're going to wait till Deshaun Watson. What is it? We in the offseason now. So he could talk to anybody.
My son could get crazy. It's mad podcast nowadays. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, what if he decides to just go on Instagram and say, like, damn, like, I don't want to be here?
I feel like, what if he went on the NFL, the most powerful NFL pod I've watched so far, I Am an Athlete. With,
Brandon Marshall, B. Marsh. And the thing, B. Marsh has been the top advocate for him to get traded to the Jets. So imagine he goes on and he's chilling with the guy that's beasting for him. Plot, exactly. What if he goes and talks to Shannon Sharp and say, yo, Shannon, I don't want to be here. Don't wait till it gets that ugly. Just move him now. Yeah, but the thing is that the thing that intrigues me the most is how did we get here?
You got here because he got most sacks. You got rid of D-Hop. Do I need to continue?
You know what the crazy thing about it is, though? Push comes to shove, that's probably not even the reason why.
They didn't even reassure his offensive line, bro. So
he got upset because they hired a GM without his input. And I don't blame him because
I'm not franchise.
Because his old head coach, Bill O'Brien, he's from the Patriots tree.
I'm not franchise though.
So that didn't work out. Bill O'Brien didn't work out. So the whole Bill Belichick tree thing didn't work. So you go and get your GM, and their new GM is the guy that they wanted for a long time. They called a tampering charge because of that.
Yeah.
So they really wanted him. But if you promise your franchise player that he's gonna have input, and the thing is that you promised him an opinion. You didn't even promise him like you're gonna have final say.
Nothing.
You promised him that you would interview Eric Bieniemy. And you didn't even interview him.
So what's really going on here?
So if you can't fulfill your duties to just listening to his opinion, because he didn't say you have to hire Eric Bieniemy.
Right.
He just said, yo, interview him.
You want to know something, bro? I was watching, I think it was Godfather or Harlem. I don't know, one of these shows. And he was saying, there was the moment in the show where he said, you always got to watch a person's hands, right? That's what he said. He said, sometimes one hand will be here and the other one will be right here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's how I feel like they treating my guy D. Watson. Yeah, we here. But at the same time,
all the guys ask for it. And a lot of people, like, you know, the NFL insiders, they just been saying, like, he signed his contract. They traded D-Hop before he signed it. Yes, but if you promise me something, I expect it to be fulfilled.
Stop the finessing.
He's not complaining about his offensive line, although he should. He's not complaining about the assets that you don't have. I just told
y'all the stat.
Bro, he doesn't have. There's nothing on the way for Houston. They're over the cap. No draft picks. And you see how you just said that sacks stat?
Yeah.
They traded their first round pick, which is 3rd overall, for a offensive lineman. Now look at it. So, and he's not even complaining about that from what we know.
All, so
he's complaining about the fact that, yo, listen, you offered me you asked me for my opinion. You promised me that you were gonna listen to my opinion.
Your word, fam.
And you're not listening to me. And he had two head coaches he really vibed with. Bieniemy, head coaching candidates. Bieniemy and Robert Saleh, the Jets hired him.
Yeah.
You didn't interview either of those guys. You hired David Culley. I think that's his name, David Culley. No shame to him.
Mad shame.
No shame to him because it's not his fault.
It's not, but just...
It's not your fault to getting the job that you want.
The fuck?
You know what I'm saying?
Like,
it's not your fault that you got the job.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's never your fault. But, yo, you literally didn't do anything Deshaun Watson was saying. And now we're here. There has to be more to the story.
I'm not franchise.
Exactly. It has to be more than just, you didn't hire the head coach I wanted. It has to be more than that. But obviously, when he finally gets dealt, we'll figure it out. But I don't understand how teams treat their franchise players how they do and then get upset when they demand trade.
Sign the contract.
David, they just introduced their head coach yesterday, and their GM says, we have no interest in trading Deshaun Watson. You shouldn't.
But you know what's crazy? It's crazy because if Deshaun Watson doesn't keep up his end of the bargain, he's expendable. Now, if you're not keeping up your end of the bargain, I'm not saying you're expendable. I'm just saying I don't want to do business with you anymore. That's a bad thing.
And the thing is, Houston's in a very tough spot because you could play hardball with him, yeah, sure.
Okay.
But what free agent's going to want to sign with you? None.
Right. You going over your track record.
Yeah,
show me the Carfax.
Exactly. You guys are just showing day in and day out that y'all are a bad franchise. Nobody's going to want to go to you guys.
No one.
Yo, the fact that...
D-Hop left.
Bro, I don't think there's ever been a moment in NFL history that a 25-year-old top 5 quarterback is on the market.
That's lit.
It's never happened in the NFL.
Envious. I'm not really envious. I'm just saying
it's never happened in the NFL. Bro, this is a situation where every team in the league not named Kansas City Chiefs
yes, it does.
should be offering something for Deshaun Watson. Now, personally, in my biased opinion, he should come to the Jets.
And why, bro?
Why not? Why? we just went 2-14, right? But we had this, I believe, the second or third most cap space available to us in the offseason. We have the most draft capital. We have 2 first-round picks this year, multiple thirds. We have a bunch of draft picks.
Deshaun Watson, if you're listening, listen, man. Just listen.
And not only that, we have 2 firsts this year. We have 2 firsts next year. Obviously, to acquire Deshaun Watson, we're going to have to give up some of that.
Yeah.
But if the Jets play their cards right, they still have first-round picks.
And 5 years of litness.
Exactly. You know, so we have the draft picks. We have money. Allen Robinson is sitting there on his Twitter liking little pictures of Watson in the Jets uniform. We can pay him the money. So y'all could, and they're friends.
Let's do it.
So we can offer you to play with your buddy. Now, again, sports is a buddy-buddy league. It's buddy-buddy sports. That's important. But the Jets, and also the thing that the Jets offer that no other team can offer is you're Frank Sinatra now. You're the biggest thing in New York. Think about it. If Deshaun Watson joins the Jets, what athlete in New York is bigger than him?
KD, Kyrie, James. My fault. Nah. Think about it. He's
you
the biggest franchise.
Most def. Well,
but who would be the best? I would say homegrown. No, none of them. None of them homegrown.
Nah, but Watson can come in and get the attention that those 3 you just mentioned won't get because they're little brothers. They're not the back page kind of.
Back page.
You know, they're not the back. They're not the back page of a newspaper kind of guy,
right.
Like kind of players because they play for Brooklyn. The Jets are a back page team. Like you will always see them on the back pages, and if you take them to success, bro,
you're gonna get way more clout.
Think about it. Deshaun Watson wins them a Super Bowl. They're gonna name some street in Manhattan after him.
Manifesto ejecto.
Statue immediately,
bruh.
Exactly.
He gets the Jets to the playoffs,
and listen, exactly. And listen, one thing for sure is that for athletes, that is appealing. New York will always be appealing to athletes because that's appealing, you know. And Deshaun Watson, he's always been that kind of guy. Yeah. Even at Clemson, bro, he was a star. I'm that dude. He's a star. He's a face. He's a star. That guy. You could like literally he could sell you tickets alone by himself. He's that kind of guy. So I like the Jets. I hope the Jets pull it off. But in terms of coming down from the biasness, I like Miami a lot for him because Miami has a defense that's ready, a really good head coach.
They do.
And they won. They had a winning record last season. They didn't make the playoffs, but
Tua kid, they fucking with him.
Tua Tagovailoa.
I'm not.
Listen, I like Sam Darnold, but to get my hands on Deshaun Watson.
Peace, bro.
I'm going to holler at you. You know, there's also San Francisco for me. San Francisco, listen, they just got to the Super Bowl with Jimmy Garoppolo, and Jimmy Garoppolo isn't half the quarterback Deshaun Watson is. So that, you know, now we're talking about from going from being in the Super Bowl to actually winning one, right? For multiple seasons to come too.
Right, you hear that?
Those are a couple other teams besides my Jets bias, but I do think the Jets have a really good chance to get him because that draft capital is nothing to scoff at.
I'm trying to think of any other team. Nah, man. I want him on one of those two because he could really improve and show his greatness on those two teams. You know
if he does go to any team other than the Jets, I hope he has nothing to do with the AFC East. He better go keep him go send him to the NFC so I don't have to see him that much. Because if he ends up on the Dolphins, bro, I'm gonna be tight. Because now we're gonna sit there and have to deal with the Bills and the Dolphins.
Shout out to the Bills, man. Had a great season.
But I like the Jets' chances in this situation. I think, and Deshaun's flirted with the Jets. He's flirted with them. He's liked pictures of him in a Jets uniform. Yeah. His agent, they were showing off a new car, and they asked his agent they asked what color you want to do, and the guy said green. Oh, and his agent, Deshaun Watson's agent, literally goes, "Yeah, let's do a jet green." A jet green. So I'm so he's obviously flirting with the notion. He's always in Jersey. Always in Jersey. So I think the Jets have a good chance.
Jets, shoot your shot. Fuck it. Hey, man.
Shoot your shot, go win it too.
We taking it back to the league. I just wanted to talk about the state of the NBA, bro, because, like, yo, I don't know what's going on. This, first off, first things first, hold on. Our first episode, my son B was talking wacky about the Utah Jazz, and the Utah Jazz are at the top of the standings in the Western Conference, bro.
Like, they
What?
Yo, they wildin'. They wildin'.
I respect it.
No lie, it was the game that they lost against the Knicks. After that, they've been on this run. So maybe there was like, damn, we lost to the Knicks. Like, that's wild.
The Knicks
but they
are
definitely
playing
they
good
did
this shit too, bro.
They have like so like a team like but like Utah, they turned the corner. They've proved me wrong. They definitely proved me wrong. But I still have questions because I just don't believe that their highest paid players, like besides Donovan Mitchell, like I don't really see them as, impact players. I just don't see them.
I don't know where else they can go.
Yeah, like exactly. Like it's a strange situation. Like I just don't see what is their route to getting better. Like it's easy to understand how they work as a team. Mitchell's their best player.
Yeah.
Gobert is their centerpiece in the middle. He's gonna block the shots, rebound.
On the defensive end.
Yeah, on the defensive end. You have the European standouts like Ingles, Bogdanovich.
So shoot like a bow and arrow.
But those guys are like lethal.
OD.
And
Respect.
the guy, listen, I feel so happy for Jordan Clarkson because he's in a spot where he could just do what he's good at.
Shining bright, bro, Utah.
Ever since he's got to Utah,
that was their best pickup in like the past 5 years.
The guy, he's literally done what he scores. And he puts up buckets. Like he gets buckets.
In Cleveland too. He was just wasting away.
Exactly. But Utah, like he's just doing what he's supposed to do. I guess the Jazz, like they definitely proved me wrong. Like this is a team that's they have a high floor, but I don't know how high their ceiling is.
Now, bro, that's cool and all, but listen, man, I have to backtrack my words. I had the Mavericks. I don't know what, second, third. Bro,
oh man,
they are what 13th. Yo, I know it's early still, but fam, what? Like,
I hope they keep it going because New York got their draft pick. So
New York
keep doing bad, keep doing bad. Like you know what it is with Dallas. Dallas, they didn't build this the right way, and the reason why I say that is because the guy making the second most money on the team is Kristaps Porzingis. He never plays.
Ever.
He never plays. And now, like we're watching him play. Like the couple of times I've watched him play, the guy doesn't look good. He doesn't look good.
He looks skillful and nothing like.
And listen, like I've said this time and time again about Kristaps Porzingis, even when he was a Knick. If he's not gonna play center, he's not gonna be much effective. He's 7'3". The guy has to be in the middle.
Imagine him guarding Zion. Yo, barbecue chicken for my whole family.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like the Dallas Mavericks. And listen, we got to a point in the NBA where these guys could put up like Doncic is basically he's hovered around averaging a triple double his entire career.
That's cool.
That stuff doesn't work.
You said it. I forgot which episode B was talking about that. Like that shit is over. It's overrated now.
With like I was mentioning it with Jokic.
Right.
Like it's there's a reason why Oscar Robertson was the only guy to do it at the time that he did it, and it was a reason why it took so long for somebody else to do it.
Right.
Because nobody should ever have to garner that much responsibility on a basketball court.
It's a fact.
There's no reason why you're playing with four other dudes and you're the leading scorer, rebounder, and assist man.
That shit got to stop at some point.
Bro, at some point you have to lower down your load.
You have to.
Because, and mind you, the guys that average triple doubles, like, Jokic is not a point guard. He's more of a lead ball handler. Cool. He's a 7-foot big lead ball handler.
I respect it.
Doncic, he's not a point guard. He's a lead ball handler.
Right.
Westbrook plays like a lead ball handler. He doesn't play like a point guard. So, and I always say that there's a difference between, well, at least for the point guards, there's a difference between being a point guard and a lead ball handler. Lead ball handlers read and react.
Right.
To be a lead ball handler is basically just being a point guard in the most simplest way, which is I'm going to do something, the defense is going to react, and I'm going to make a move.
To all my people that's in the NFL and they like football, people that like when they first get these quarterbacks that they're not too sure on, they kind of give them dummy plays. They give them they dumb down the playbook just to make sure they're okay. So it's kind of like that.
Hence why in the NFL now today, quarterbacks put up numbers.
Oh, dude.
It doesn't matter what. If you cannot put up numbers in this league today, you're really not that good.
Something wrong.
So in the NBA, bro, if you're a lead ball handler, Doncic doesn't necessarily create a lot for Dallas. They run an offense.
Which is cool.
He runs a screen. Bro, if the defender's right there, I'm going to make the pass over here.
Right.
It's literally just basketball 101.
Right.
So it's not necessarily me having to orchestrate or create things for my team.
Right.
And Dallas, besides him, they really don't have guys that can do that.
No one.
Porzingis is their second best player.
Get Kevin Porter.
And, well, he's in Houston now.
Oh, facts.
He's in Houston now.
Facts.
You know,
that's bad. That's a nice pickup, too.
Porzingis, he's never going to reach his full potential until he plays center. And it's looking like with every passing day, he's either never on the court or he's just never going to play center like that. And Dallas is in for a tough spot because Doncic doesn't strike me as a disgruntled kind of guy, a guy that's going to start talking crap to the media. But
I'm scared for Porzingis.
We went from, oh, man, look what Luka Doncic did for the Mavericks. He changed his culture, to now the guy is disgruntled. Well, not totally disgruntled, but now he's on like, yo, we're not playing how we're supposed to.
This is one of the biggest reasons why I don't debate people in basketball. I know it's all subjective, but I'm not going to sit and have a conversation with you when you believe one person can change an entire organization on his own. If your name not LeBron, stop it.
Yeah. So, you know, in that case, you know, the Dallas Mavericks need to be on the phones. They need to be at the deadline trying to work out something. Because you have this dude in Doncic. Don't play around with him.
At all.
Do not
He's valid.
Play with him. You have this guy who's it. Because he's it.
Big it.
He's it. Like, he has the it factor. He is the guy that every team will build around in the league today.
That nigga eats.
Don't fool around with him. Try. Go get on the phones. Porzingis, if Porzingis cannot stay healthy, if he doesn't want to play the 5, we got to do something about that.
Tight. Man, Porzingis,
so,
stop, bro. Get healthy, bro.
They need a decision maker. It can't be Doncic all the time. They need a decision maker. They need a point guard.
Like, what if Rondo would have went to the Mavs? You think that would have helped a little bit?
Yeah, but him and Carlisle don't get along.
Oh, fact.
They hate each other.
That shit, yeah.
They hate each other.
Dub, never come back to Dallas.
But they need, even Alonzo Ball can help.
Yeah.
Lonzo Ball can help this team.
Definitely could.
So they need to get on the phones and really figure something out.
Ball alert. Listen, we are all seeing it unravel in front of your eyes. He's not needed in New Orleans, as you can see. Like, it's crazy.
We could definitely talk about that, bro. Like, you know, we touched up on this. I think it was like what, the first episode, second episode.
Yeah, we did.
I listen. I said it then, and I'm gonna say it again. Lonzo's not returning to the Pelicans, bro. It's not happening. He's gonna get traded. He's gonna get traded because why? Because they have point guards that they want to look at that fit better.
It's a Dubsky.
Kira Lewis Jr. needs minutes, and he's a better fit next to Brandon Ingram and Zion Williamson. So
that Steven Adams shit is just dumb too.
And Steven Adams, you know, it's a lot of things going on. So Lonzo Ball, he's gonna get moved, you know. But the Pelicans overall, they've been disappointing team to me. But
Jones, bro.
I don't understand how
not even battling for 8th, 9th.
But how,
still early still.
My thing is how are you a team that has Brandon Ingram and Zion Williamson and you're not good?
I have no
Ingram's
answer
an
for you,
all-star.
bro.
Zion is probably...
I have no answer.
He's a man-child.
I think it's really this whole Steven Adams shit. He clogging up the lane for B.I. and Zion.
Listen,
Like, come on.
what I'm going to tell you is, though, although I feel that way,
That shit is annoying.
Zion's not helping this team.
Nah, he's not.
Bro, when I tell you he's a bad defender,
I can't even,
he's a bad defender. We could kill Steven Adams from clogging the lane,
But
if Zion's not gonna defend, somebody else has to.
yeah, man.
And Zion does not, bro. He doesn't even give the effort. Damn, and that's scary.
It's a two-way street. You gotta earn your name before you stop playing defense. I'm just gonna say that first. That's all I'm gonna say. That's why people started talking shit about James Harden, because that's all you could say. Because now I'm getting bucket stupid. I'm chilling a little bit. So now that's what you can say. But all these young cats, you got to put your hard hat on. Y'all niggas ain't earned shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's a two-way street. Play D, cook niggas.
You know, what can they possibly do? I mean, subtract from the roster because their roster. Like they don't need JJ Redick
at all. He's wasting his.
They don't need JJ Redick. They don't need Lonzo Ball. They don't need some of those guys there. They should move Eric Bledsoe. What's Eric Bledsoe still there for?
That trade was to look out for Drew Holiday. That's all I'm really saying.
You know, like they gotta at the deadline they gotta subtract a little bit from this roster if they want to try to salvage this season, because they'll be right back in the lottery if not. But
it's bad.
We'll see if they could turn it around. As far as that, like.
What's up, bro?
You know, Philadelphia, you were kind of down on them.
I was big down. That's why I'm sitting here like
they. You know, at the end of the day, like that's it. Like, you know, I like what's going on. Granted, listen, I'm never gonna like Ben Simmons on this team.
Yo, me too.
I'm never gonna like Ben Simmons on this team. But shout out to Joel Embiid because he has his team on his freaking back.
Hey. I did say that.
He's my MVP right now. He's my MVP. He if the season ended today, he'll get my vote.
He's definitely in there.
He's on another level. And shout out to Tobias Harris to not want to be a bad contract. You know, finally he understands that he's a professional.
Right.
And he's making a lot of money.
Right.
So he should be acting like the money he's making, and he is doing that.
Chip. Shout out to my son Cole Anthony too, hitting that game winner was that last week?
Cole Anthony.
Bro, he hit the game winner for the
He's shooting like 20% because he had a moment. Damn, he had a moment. He's shooting 20%.
All my city niggas get love. You heard?
All my city niggas get love.
But bro,
nah, but you know, Philly doing their thing though.
Let's talk about whatchamacallit. Phoenix. How you feeling about Phoenix?
I expect them to be a little bit better right now, but then again, it's a little bit of growing pains. Yeah. This team is above 500.
Respect.
And they're working towards a playoff spot. I think they have one. Yeah. They have a playoff spot right now. And
7th, I believe.
And Book has not played nearly to the standard that I hold him to. He was my prediction for MVP. He's not played nearly at that level. But we're waiting on him to turn up the extra gear.
He turns up. They literally 3-4.
Chris Paul, he has a good night and an off one. A good night and an off one.
But I'm not expecting much from CP at this point.
But I'm expecting his numbers can come down, but I expect the consistency.
All right.
And DeAndre Ayton, he has a monster game, a pedestrian one. A monster game, a pedestrian one. Once this team gets the cohesiveness and the consistency, they're gonna be a problem, bro. Once Devin Booker gets to that point,
I'll tell you some shit. D-Book is literally, I don't want to hear it. D-Book, you watching this? You young Kobe, bro. You dead ass though. You're the only comparison, and I say it to say this. You keep that killer mentality with scoring in different facets of the game. You got the mid-range, post up, mid. You got the threes. Now you got to get a little bit off the dribble shit, what you got too.
He got that too.
So it's lit. So that's what I'm saying, bro. You
Put off for my mama niggas, bro. Like, come on, bro. Put off for my mama niggas, bro. Real shit. Book. I've never compared him to Kobe, but that's because I struggle to like find people to like compare to him. I don't want to just compare anybody to Kobe. You feel me?
I talk about the basic like
the game. I always thought of Devin Booker as Joe Johnson on steroids. Because Joe Johnson, bro, Joe Johnson always played at his pace.
Oh, dude.
And he was never uncomfortable.
You never give me on my spot.
Book never looks uncomfortable. Ever. Right. Ever. Even if you throw a double team at him, like, it looks like he knows what he's doing. Even if you force him to he takes tough shots, but you never sit there like the defense made him take that shot. Nah, it looks like that's what he wanted.
Yeah, I'm taking that.
Yeah, so, I always viewed him as Joe Johnson on steroids, but I feel like once Phoenix starts to put it together, and they'll probably put it together post All-Star break.
Yeah, I'm with you.
A lot of teams be putting it together post All-Star break when they could decompress a little bit.
Look out for this team still.
But they're gonna be a tough out in the playoffs.
Yeah, but
it'll be a tough out,
bro.
Yes.
Listen, before when we did our quick Instagram quickies and shit, we talked about Golden State. Boy,
it started off ugly, but they're 10-9.
It was beautiful. I mean, it's getting beautiful, but bro,
because Steph is Steph ain't
an MVP conversation just because he's doing everything. I don't know why else.
He definitely should be an MVP candidate. But like we said on Instagram, if they want to have a really good year, what's gonna have to take place?
You want to tell him, bro? Because I can't even listen.
You have to rely on. Andrew Wiggins and Kelly Oubre.
Oh shit! I knew you were gonna say that. Oh,
and guess who has completely not held up his end of the bargain?
Mr. Oubre.
Oubre, you went from professional basketball player
getting blackmailed by joints and shit
to Bob the Builder.
Yo,
you are a brick house.
Brick house. Oh, you on off the court. You got a lot to go on and shit, bro. Like it's
to the point. He's gotten to the point where he's a better fashionable person than basketball player. But I told you,
that's crazy.
I've told you before, I've never been high on this kid.
Right.
Even when he averaged 18 last year with the Suns, there's such things as pointless 18 points per game. I watched Derrick Rose average 18 points per game for the Knicks, and it was pointless.
Yeah, it was big pointless. How you get your buckets?
It didn't help the Knicks at all.
Nope.
Didn't do anything. So Oubre is the same way. He averaged 18. It didn't help him. It didn't really help him. They played better with Cam Johnson.
Facts.
And Cam Johnson gradually does less.
And he play D. That's not lock up. Stop playing.
So because that's why I tell people all the time, be very careful about how you use the term culture and these players' attitudes, because the whole Valley Boys thing, that was Kelly Oubre.
Right.
Great. They have an identity. Is Iman Shumpert a culture changer because he used to call the Knicks tape? No, he's not a culture changer. It was just something funny. Something for the fans to grasp with.
Right.
But Kelly Oubre ain't changing no damn culture.
No.
He ain't changing no damn culture for Phoenix. They moved on from him because he was expendable. Now he's in Golden State, and he might get traded again.
It look bad, man.
They're thinking about shipping him to New Orleans.
Bro, the nigga had 4 points. 1 for 11. Listen. I'm not saying I'm the best basketball player. I'm not saying those watching you the best basketball player. But I know about 10 niggas right now that are under 6 foot that if they were in the league would at least get fucking 6 to 8 points. And they're not even 6'8". I just want to like, for real, bro. Oubre, I don't know what's going on, bro, but what's up, my nigga? Like, what's up, bro? I'm getting tight now, for real. You got put on. You 6'8", bro. Stop playing like you inferior. Put that work in.
Wiggins has got to the point where this is who he is now. What he always has been is who he is. He's gonna have a decent game, but that's his life. It's decent because he has moments. I look at him like, okay. All right.
He just do this for a check.
Yeah. When I watched the Knicks play them.
That's okay.
I watched the Knicks play them, and I'm watching R.J. Barrett face him, and I'm like, I cannot believe that scouts believed that he was Andrew Wiggins 2.0, because the intensity level between both of them is unmatched. And mind you, they're both from Canada. So this was RJ treated it like a big game, because because Clyde had asked him in the post game, like, you faced Andrew Wiggins and you guys are both from Canada. How do you feel? And RJ said it.
Yeah.
At home, Wiggins is a legend at home, and I respect it, because Canada has never had the star-studded players.
Yeah.
But Wiggins, like, RJ has what Wiggins don't.
It factor.
It's the it factor. And Wiggins is never gonna have it. And,
you may not like Barrett. Me personally, I don't like Barrett. That's my personal opinion. Who fucking cares? But Barrett has the intangibles that you cannot teach. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So he's going to get better.
What Wiggins is lacking, RJ Barrett has it.
Right.
So it's just like, this is what Stephen Curry has to play with. Shout out to Draymond Green, because I think people are appreciating Draymond Green now, because the guy's averaging 4 points per game, but you could see how important he is.
Proven winner.
Yes. He's putting it on full display, and I think James Wiseman loves the guy.
I look at it like the last thing I seen like that was before KG left the league, when he was had Cat as his little homie and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
He put Cat on his
and
back,
I think that's what like some guys, now that you mention Cat, Minnesota looks terrible.
I almost left the room. Niggas ain't even talk about this. Yo.
Bro, it's type scary in Minnesota.
I'm giving him slack. This season,
slack, bro. They're the worst team in the West.
Listen, Cat's mind is somewhere. I already know how it go. That nigga done lost mad people to COVID.
Listen, the Cat thing. Yeah, I agree with you. He's not.
This season,
he's just not there, bro. There's always something bad happening to him.
Right.
But this is more on the players that are there.
Everybody else, I don't know what the fuck is up.
D'Angelo Russell. Listen.
Listen.
I'm gonna spill this to you.
Talk to me.
So I have my friends. Some of us are Knicks fans, and last year when D'Angelo Russell was on the market, my friend tells me, like, I'll give up a lot for him, and I'm like, why? You know what I'm saying? Because, like, we could push for an 8th seed, and I'm like, why would you push for an 8th seed
right now
when we're not, like, we're building towards something else? You know what I'm saying? And look at what's happening in Minnesota. D'Angelo Russell's not that good of a basketball player, bro.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
And they traded their first round pick. Guess where that shit's gonna end? The Golden. Let me put it in perspective for you. The Golden State Warriors might draft Evan Mobley. The Golden State Warriors.
Yo, that's OD.
The Golden State Warriors might draft Cade Cunningham.
Now that one is not fair. Steph just be off ball for the rest of his career, just chilling.
Put that in perspective, bro. That the Golden State Warriors, not only do they get Wiseman,
that's cheap,
but they might end up with Evan Mobley. They might end up with Cade Cunningham.
They about to be set up for another
They
10
might
years.
end up with Jalen Suggs and move Steph Curry to shooting guard as he ages. Steph is just as lethal off ball.
Yeah, that's a fact. Stop playing. You can't stop him on or off ball.
There's a lot of bad things going on in Minnesota.
Yo.
But speaking of bad things, let's talk about the Washington Wizards.
Hold on.
Worst team in the NBA, I believe.
Versus Minnesota?
I think so. They're the worst team in the East by like a game or two. Listen, guys, I spoke about this on my Instagram. I know you guys are screaming free Beal. I don't think he deserves that. Yeah. I don't think he deserves it because
free John Wall, nigga.
And he has a piece to do with that, John Wall. I'm not screaming free Bradley Beal because I just don't think Bradley Beal has left it on the court. I don't think he's left it on the court. I think that yes, he's scoring a lot of points.
That's cool.
But do I feel like he's doing what Dame has to do, what Steph has to do? No. Like, I don't like.
That's not his skill set. He's complimentary.
And the thing is, like, I guess these people in social media platforms think that Bradley Beal can be the best player on your team and you're gonna go far. But that's not.
I'd rather take my chances with Drew Holiday, bro.
He's obviously shown that he can't. He's not that. So, don't hold him to such high regard. He's a complimentary piece.
I respect him.
And at the end of the day, push comes to shove, the Wizards are just not that good of a basketball team, but I just don't believe Bradley Beal has done. Like I said, he hasn't left it on the court. He hasn't tried hard on defense. He hasn't tried to rebound the ball at a high level. He hasn't tried to get his teammates in the best positions to succeed. As a playmaker,
you could score, which is cool.
He's just showing that he can score, and that's great.
That's beautiful.
But at the same time, while you guys are screaming free Bradley Beal, I'm in my house saying, what's the difference between him and Monte Ellis when he was on the Warriors?
I was gonna say, what's the difference between him and D Book before? Like, they could set him up a little bit this year.
But Book dealt with organizational problems.
Right, but still trying to do shit.
And organizational issues.
I'm still out here
when you have an organization that's drafting Dragan Bender, Alex Len, Josh Jackson, there's nothing that you can do, especially because you're a team that has to play for the lottery.
I'm going to bang my head on this mic.
You are a team, free agents are not signing with you. So you have to rely on the draft because you're a young player yourself. So when your team is showing incompetence and your organization is not getting it right, what can I do about that? But Bradley Beal, he has decent players. They just drafted the Denny kid, and he's doing okay. They just re-signed Davis Bertans. He's not bad. He's not terrible. He only shoots, but he's not terrible. They lost Thomas Bryant. They have Rui Hachimura.
They have no playmaker.
They have no. Russell Westbrook was averaging a triple-double. Again.
Stop.
But you see, he's averaging a triple-double again, but it don't seem like you guys care about that anymore,
at
right?
All. Where you get your
y'all don't really care about he's averaging a triple-double no more, right?
Right. That shit nasty now. That shit is nasty.
But
niggas ruin that for me.
Russell Westbrook, I never felt that that trade for Westbrook and Wall was ever going to have a clear winner or loser, because at the end of the day, they're both going to crap anyway. Yeah. But the biggest winner out that trade is John Wall.
Until John Wall get these fucking, he won, of course.
The teams didn't win.
The teams at all.
The teams didn't win because they're both going to crap.
They had to get Oladipo and shit. So,
but,
you know what I'm saying?
John Wall won this deal. They just played the other day, Wizards-Rockets, and the Wizards lost by 20. And John Wall had a good game.
Stop playing with me. Spanking niggas.
Trade me?
But not, trade me for this nigga? I bet.
Exactly. Well, enough with the freaking Wizards because they're a shit show. You mentioned the Rockets. The Rockets not rolling over.
The Rockets have a fighter's chance at the playoffs now.
Yeah, I think so.
Nice.
John Wall putting it together. Victor Oladipo's playing for his max contract.
Yo. He's
playing for his max money in Miami. He can't wait to go to the Heat, man. He can't. He's making sure that Pat Riley give him that max money.
This is a trial run.
He making sure that Pat Riley gives him his money.
Definitely a trial run, bro.
Love it. I love it for Victor Oladipo. He's trying to make sure he in Miami.
And Boogie, how you feel about Boogie, bro?
Up and down. His leg injuries are. He's never gonna be able. He was never a good defender before. He's not going to be anything worth respecting now. He's terrible in pick and roll. That's a bucket. You are a guard in pick and roll, and he picking you up, that's a bucket. But he had that game the other day where he had like 15 points, 14 rebounds, like 5 assists. Like, he was wilding. Like, he's going to have those. He's going to have his moments. And same thing with John Wall. John Wall is going to be a fairly consistent point guard. You know what I'm saying? He's going to be a fairly consistent point guard. He's going to have those moments. He's going to have those flashes, his flashes of brilliance like how he used to. I'm not waiting for the 360 layup, but He's gonna keep on doing what he's doing. He's playing hard. Like John Wall has really. Shout out to him and shout out to Kevin Durant because they making the Achilles injury look less frightening for other players.
It's about how powerful your mind is, not your body.
Yeah, but I mentioned Kevin Durant, Brooklyn. Oh man, bro,
Brooklyn looking beautiful.
I won't say beautiful because giving up 125 points to the Thunder isn't beautiful.
But it's regular season.
But they scored 147 points, which is beautiful.
The facts, they can score at fucking will.
That's not gonna be scoring. Not gonna be a problem for them.
At will.
Oh, speaking of the Nets, James Harden, 24 points, 7 rebounds,
He's the real PG.
11 assists per game as a Net.
He's the real PG, bro. Like, for real, for real.
You give him 2 high usage guys, and he can still put up those numbers. Just saying.
He's got Uncle Jeff looking real, Jeff Green.
He's a good player.
Oh,
He's a good player. Like
he's
he's a damn good player. I mean, he played for D'Antoni last year, so playing for Steve Nash is not gonna be much different.
I know the system.
Yeah, I know the system, and but what's the biggest question for Brooklyn? What do you think they got to do to win the chip? What players they got to bring in? What philosophy they need to embrace to say I can win a championship this season?
They need to bring in somebody similar to Thomas Bryant from the Wizards. Somebody that's more utility at the 5. So that way, I ain't gonna lie, DeAndre Jordan, he's cool, but he can't necessarily shoot. If you want to make them a little bit more lethal because your defense is always gonna lack, that's something to look forward to. Maybe I'm trying to look at somebody they can go for. Maybe like a Ilyasova type.
Word on the street, they got their eyes on Kevin Love and JaVale McGee.
Nah, y'all niggas is cheating, bro.
And now, don't get me wrong. They've completely embraced, like you mentioned Thomas Bryant. Thomas Bryant don't play defense. So if you get a Thomas Bryant, or a guy that's similar to him,
high pick and rolls that
y'all are not gonna play defense.
Nah, I'm not expecting them to. I'm sorry.
Now, for them, I think that they should get JaVale McGee.
Okay, JaVale.
Because you gotta defend the paint.
Jared Allen was the best.
They cannot just sit there and just give up layup after layup after layup after layup. They can't do that.
Jordan don't block shit no more.
Exactly. They need some kind of interior presence if they're gonna just let all the perimeter players let the players go past them.
Yo,
they need a Tyson Chandler.
Tyson Chandler still in the league?
I wouldn't want to sign him though. Because when Tyson Chandler won Defensive Player of the Year on the Knicks, although he joked that it's because all the perimeter players were getting blown by, so I had to block the shot. He wasn't lying.
It was facts.
He wasn't lying. It's the truth. So they need a guy they need a center. I think JaVale McGee's old, obviously, but you got to do with what you got.
Yeah.
And I think that JaVale McGee is probably the guy they should go after. You can get Kevin Love, and you guys are going to be very high-powered, but that means I have to give up Dinwiddie and Harris maybe.
You have to. Nah.
And that's too much for me. Like, Dinwiddie is dead money, yeah, I understand.
It is dead money.
But Joe Harris is wonderful for them. And I don't want to bring in Kevin Love to be my center. He's going to get fried.
Giannis going to have a field day with y'all niggas.
Shit, not even Giannis, but in general.
I don't put Kevin Love head like this.
Shout out to I want to shout out Colin Sexton because that boy was looking like Jordan against him. He was wilding the other night.
I respect it.
Side steps.
Earning his name. He getting there.
Played really good against the Knicks last night. I'm not
getting there.
There we go. I can't get through an episode without saying the Knicks, right?
You said it like 4 or 5 times today.
I did?
And I maybe said it twice. Respect.
Well, I like the Knicks. Who cares, man? But honestly, bro, they doing all right. They making me proud.
They are. I'm not gonna lie.
The Knicks are making me proud.
9th seed right now.
They 8th.
Right. They were right there.
They're 8th. They're the 8th seed. They're the 8th seed. And they're making me proud. Julius Randle is playing the best basketball of his life. LeJulius James. Would you look at that? And I remember, in one of the episodes we have, we were talking about, how R.J. Barrett is a high-maintenance prospect.
Yeah.
But the kid is completely like turned it around.
I respect
Like
it.
he's turned it around. Like I know you said earlier, like you're not like a RJ Barrett guy, but if I was you, I'll buy his stock.
I respect this shit.
I'd buy his stock. 'Cause the kid, and it's the it factor. Cause
Thanks.
I remember there was a point like 2 weeks ago maybe, he was playing so poor that I felt like, maybe Tom should really think about demoting him to the bench.
No.
And
Growing pains.
It's growing pains, but I got to a point where I wanted to see him with players that complement him. Because Randall doesn't complement them.
At all.
Even though they could play decently together, he doesn't complement. Alfred Payton don't complement them.
Alfred Payton don't compliment nobody, bro.
Exactly. So it's like, maybe if you get him playing with Emmanuel Quickly and, Obi Toppin or Kevin Knox,
Obi! That's
what I'm saying?
dude,
Maybe he'll show something more. But ever since I said that, it's like the kid said, you know what? I'm going to stop thinking I'm a shooter, and I'm going to start thinking like a scorer. And now, backdoor cuts. Now, I'm going to drive to the basket.
Food.
People are turning to food for him. I'm going to take the threes that are given to me.
Right.
And he's shooting a better percentage now.
Right.
So he's completely just did he just did a 180. And he's had a good 10-game stretch.
I respect it.
So, he's somebody to really look out for. Like, if you haven't bought RJ Barrett stock, not even because I'm a Knicks fan, but buy it because the kid is the goods. He's a good player. He plays good defense. He rebounds.
I give him that, though. He does play D.
He plays some defense, and you could see him actively trying to guard these people. He rebounds at a high rate for a guard, and he can make the quality passes.
Going to war. Anybody go to war?
He plays hard. And got to be excited about the Knicks because they got the steal of the draft. Emmanuel Quickly, that boy, again, it's not because I'm biased, but that kid is wilding.
Definitely the goods.
Good kid. He's a good kid. I like how the Knicks have been playing. I like what's going on for them.
Other teams have disappointed me this year so far. I think we hit all of them, and then you definitely spoke about Minnesota, bro. Like, yo, I forgot they were a fucking NBA team, bro. I'm not gonna lie. When you said that, I was sitting there like, oh shit. We haven't talked about Minnesota once in 4 episodes.
They ain't nothing to talk about. This NBA year is kind of weird, bro.
Shit is topsy-turvy.
Like, think about it. Like, there's no front runner for Rookie of the Year. We thought LaMelo was gonna run with it. I mean, he's not starting, and I know a lot of people are clamoring for him to start.
It's quiet, bro.
But listen, he's getting 25 minutes a game, 25, 30 minutes a game.
Terry came out this year like, yo, listen, I don't give a fuck about that nigga. I'm trying to eat.
It's not about. I mean, like, because Knicks fans say the same thing about Emmanuel Quickly. He should start. Like, it's not about starting. Do you finish the games?
Finish.
And Charlotte's good. Charlotte's not. It's a fun team to watch. I watched them when they played the Knicks. Gordon Hayward, he's found his home.
Yeah, he found a little niche for himself.
He's found his home. He's showing everybody that y'all thought I was whack.
Damn,
and I'm not whack.
I still think you whack, bro.
He's not gonna. When you see the amount of money he's made in his career, you're gonna say he's not worth it. But he's a good player. Like, he's always been a good player. He's always been a good player. He's just not worth his price tag, and that's okay. A lot of guys are not worth their price tag, right, Tobias Harris?
Yo, yeah, shots fired.
Nah, I ain't got no beef with him. But there's a lot of guys that ain't got that. There's a lot of guys. Tobias Harris, that's that boy J. Cole.
Yeah, facts.
That's that Tobias Harris. That's J. Cole on the court.
J. Cole's a hobo.
Yeah, that's his doppelganger. But there's a lot of guys that don't live up to their contracts. And sometimes it's no fault of their own, but it is what it is. I mean, if you're Gordon Hayward, you're not gonna say no to $120 million.
You're not.
So
I'm
gonna just do what I gotta do.
I know my worth.
Yeah, but it's a weird year. It's a weird year so far for the NBA because
Goddamn, Mavs is 13th.
Spurs are the 4th seed, and I was down on them too.
I'm stuck. Like,
like, it's just really weird. They're gonna try to get an All-Star game in. I'm with it. At a HBCU.
Oh, that's fire.
Yeah.
I want to
In Atlanta. At a HBCU in Atlanta.
Oh, I got my homies in Atlanta. We out, y'all. Pulling up.
So they're gonna try to do that. I hope they get an All-Star game, and it'll be cool. I feel like, guys like Jaylen Brown, Julius Randle, it'll be nice for them to be able to experience that All-Star love instead of, like, obviously if they don't have an All-Star game, they'll still announce the All-Stars. But I'm pretty sure that some of these players kind of really want to play in the game too. Yeah. So,
that's
like,
just hoop.
Yeah, that's just like the baller in you. Like, Julius Randle, it'll be nice to be named the All-Star, but I want to play in the game. Like, you actually want to be on the court with LeBron and them.
Yeah, man.
And you know what I'm saying? And, like Jaylen Brown's like imagine, look at a guy like Jaylen Brown's having a big year. Yeah. He's wilding. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, like, this year's been different. The only team that I feel like through the storm is just still like, okay, we're us, is the Chicago Bulls. The Bulls is like 3 years now, and they're like this. They're in the same spot.
Same boat.
They're in the same spot. Do you move on from Zach LaVine?
Yeah. You know why? Because you're not putting the pieces around him. Lloyd Marketing is not the piece that he needs.
Always hurt.
You need a dog. You need another dog. You don't got no other dog.
Lloyd like Kobe White?
OD off the bench. I'll rock with Kobe White, but that's not the issue. Wendell Carter, I don't know.
Decent player.
I thought he was gonna develop his post game, but I know that post is no longer a thing. But just, you gotta learn. You gotta watch tape on yourselves and learn how to get the simple buckets, bro. Getting a little bit of moves in the post game does not mean I have an arsenal and I won't be able to use it. But no, may be able to draw fouls. May be able to just get a couple more points, situations, get more rhythm in situations like that. That's all I'm really trying to say.
Where would you send Zach LaVine?
Right now?
I mean, I say where would you send him, but where would you like to see him play?
See, to be honest, I wanted to see him play with LaMelo. And that, I wanted just to see that dynamic. Anywhere, so I'll send him to Charlotte. Send him to Charlotte for Terry Rozier. Terry, get your ass. Get out of here, nigga. You don't even, go ahead. Go to Chicago. Act like you Jordan or some shit. I don't know, bro. But to see LaVine and LaMelo play together, that would be electrifying. And I'm going on a stand to say that they would bring big box office for the next 10 years.
They still not gonna go nowhere though.
Oh nah, you heard me. I said big box office. I didn't say big breaks, nigga.
They still not gonna go nowhere though. But not like this league this year is like really weird. Jeremy Grant looks fantastic.
Jeremy Grant is balling. Respect, man.
Big winner. Cause that boy said, "I'd rather take 20 mil and go try to show off my skills."
Thanks.
But even when the Pistons get a win like that, they still got to take an L because Christian Wood. See, now they got to live with this Christian Wood stuff for like the next couple years.
Everybody, listen.
Or unless they get Cade Cunningham.
Even if he stay there, bro, same shit. It's the system. It's the chemistry. It's the culture. Detroit don't have no culture right now. So every player that's there, even Blake is not established a type of like, it's not up to him to establish a culture, but there's no culture there, so he's just there.
Blake. A lot of people feel like Blake is like quit. He didn't quit. It's just that, bro, he's not in the plan.
Nigga went from L.A. to Detroit. That's like you going from, you lived in New York and now you living in Plant City, Florida. The fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's, bro, what you want me to do, nigga?
Like Blake, he hasn't thrown in the towel, but it's just that he knows that he's not a part of their future. He knows it. Right, so it's just like, I'm not gonna play hard, bro. Like, why am I gonna play hard for? Like, I'm gonna play hard. I'm gonna play hard when you move me. I feel
bad for him too. Like, get him out of there.
Yeah, because he didn't ask for Detroit.
He didn't ask for that shit.
The Clippers just sent them there. Yo, these stars got to back up this no trade clause, bro.
Facts.
I wouldn't wish to trade on nobody, bro. Like, I would not wish to trade on nobody.
He been there ever since. Like, help.
Like, really think about it, like, after 2005, right? That was the last time Detroit made the finals, and they lost to the Spurs. Have you ever heard about Detroit since? Like, anything?
Ever since.
But mind
Chauncey Billups and Rip Hamilton.
Nothing. Like Andre Drummond was there. Like they made cheap playoff runs, but nobody cared.
Andre Drummond.
Derrick Rose is there dying.
D Rose is there holding that organization up.
He not even doing that.
I don't know what he's just dragging that shit.
He's just there. Like
you watch your
Detroit
kids just drag they blanket across the.
Detroit, like Detroit is just there.
Yo.
I mean, but with that being said, like we're gonna take a little break. We're gonna keep coming back, talking about a little bit more about the league. But we'll be back in a couple seconds.
Peace. Oh, my fault.
So it's like, your work ethic and my work ethic don't gotta be the same.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe you like to live in the gym, and I just want to be in the gym for 30 minutes. But if you dropping 35 and I'm dropping 35, right, what's the difference? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, we gotta understand we all human beings at the end of the day. Like we all human beings, and we all work differently. But so long as the common goal is being reached,
right,
that's all that matters.
Let's get it.
You know what I'm saying? Like Shaq and Kobe hated each other. They hated each other.
Totally different work ethics.
And they two totally different work ethics, two totally different mentalities to the game of basketball.
Right.
And they won rings together.
Mad rings. Exactly.
So it's like that's how it is. Like try to understand people from a human being standpoint instead of just always looking at the athlete. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But with that being said, I guess we'll wrap episode 4 like that. Like say that, and just vibe out.
Said. Remember one thing. We are all humans having a human experience. So, with that being said, just check on everybody that's around. Ask them if they're okay. Ask if you notice somebody not feeling too up. Yo, you all right? Everything okay? You never know who may need to have a conversation or just wants to let something out of their heart that they've been holding on to.
That's a fact. But with that said, like, we'll wrap up that way. We hope you enjoy listening to this half as much as we enjoy making this for you. Because we be having a ball.
Mad fun.
Only the real podcast is going to last. All that other bullshit is here today and gone tomorrow.
Peace.